Thundergrunt.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
My mom's clothes all melted onto mine, forming
Like.
This big polyester meteor in my closet.
You know? But
In some kind of weird miracle?
our neighbor boy.
Hanny Hanson.
Found my tap costume on the roof of their trailer while he was setting coon traps for his dad.
Here's the weird part.
It was still on the hanger.
Ready for this.
A small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named from that, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the time. At one time, Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc. I'm your co-host, Bob Rose, and with
Bullshit.
me is the host,
Fucking
Matthew Arnold,
lies.
PA.
Hello.
And he has so graciously invited Lauren Anderson to join us today to watch one of her favorite things in the world.
Lifetime movie!
Lifetime movies!
Hooray.
Quite possibly the little Hollywood within Hollywood itself. Just an amazing factory of arts.
Yeah, it's a
Hollywood of
factory. They
Canada.
churn that shit out.
Right. We watched the 2014 masterpiece of Britney, the Britney Murphy story. A Britney Murphy. Like,
This
it
is
stays-
one of many.
It really should be
Right.
called A Britney Murphy story. The Britney Murphy story.
Dude.
And it,
It was filmed
I mean,
in one day.
one day, it had to be filmed in one day.
One day in 4 rooms.
4 rooms on
Done.
a giant house. I'm pretty sure that hospital was in a room in that house.
There was never a hospital. Fuck no.
No, I mean, that's
No,
part of the
no.
movie is that there isn't a hospital.
Yeah.
That's why she
We'll
died.
get there. Shut up. Shut up.
Sorry.
No.
Oh,
I just want to say
Lord.
before we start talking about the movie, I said it when we were watching it. This is a movie about an actor that I feel like I grew up with in the past like 15 years of my life. And I watched this movie and there is nothing to indicate that that human being was the subject matter of the movie I was watching. At all. Even the dialogue, they can say things, right? Like you can
Just 'cause
say
you
the
can't
names
show
and stuff.
me- yeah.
You know, I know they can't show like Sin City,
But
but you could
about
say it. You could
say
say
that
that
she
she's in it.
King of the Hill.
Right. Oh. God. Okay, yeah, let's just put that out there. We're going to talk about this movie and just know that at no point in this movie is King of the Hill ever mentioned a thing she worked on from 97 to the day she died.
Fucking goddamn
And
it.
no, like there's plot points about her not having work.
She had a job that whole time.
12 years.
All right. God
All right.
damn it. Beautiful.
Okay, the movie opens up on a flashback, which is
Well, it's not.
a flash. Oh no, I guess it's present time.
The whole movie's a flashback.
But I guess
but
the
they
whole
never
movie-
come
It
back
starts-
to the where the
They
movie
flash
starts.
now. A
Don't
flash
they
now.
never come back to
The
the
starts
press
with-
conference?
Jesus Christ! It
Yeah,
starts. Is it a
you're
press
right.
conference? It's just a fucking
It's just,
house,
it's just
isn't it?
fucking.
There's a press
paparazzi
conference on the
outside of
same
house.
property where they get married. Where everything
Everything.
happens on this property.
So
I
it's
guess it's
Brittany.
paparazzi.
It's Brittany Murphy's mom and fucking
Dude.
what was his name?
the reptilian.
Yeah,
Let's call him the reptilian.
Simon.
He's crazy
They're like
looking.
getting
It's
out
her
of a
husband.
car and everybody's
I
taking
thought it was her mom's
boyfriend. Yeah, when it
He's-
started, I was like, "That's her dad, I guess."
Yeah,
I don't
that was her
know anything
father.
about her life.
Yeah, I'm a fan of
I
hers,
still
but
don't.
I don't read tabloid shit. I don't know about celebrity lives to know what's happening in this movie at all.
So
But, yeah.
as far as we knew, it was her parents
Yeah.
getting out of a car, and they're like, "What killed Britney?" And he turns around, he takes his glasses off, and he is a horrific monster of a human. He looks so scary and weird.
He looks like Nicolas Cage if he was on the Total Recall like scene where their eyes are bugging out, where Arnold can't catch his breath. Like
he's-
his
Eyes are
face,
popping out.
like right at the beginning of that scene, this guy's face is that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
in Total
just-
Recall.
yeah.
And he's like, "You did. You killed
You
her."
all did it. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And
You're
her
like,
mom
brilliant,
like
I'm in.
cries.
I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, no, it's a great moment.
Let's do this.
The mother like cries and talks about how she was the best thing in her life, which I mean, by the end,
She's
it
the
was the only thing in her
The
life.
only thing.
And then
Her
the whole
mom's
movie's
played
a flashback.
by what's her name from Twin Peaks? I didn't look it up.
The girl.
I didn't look it up either.
Yeah.
She's
The-
from
the-
Twin
the
Peaks.
girl
The
with the mole in
hotel
her face.
owner's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then we cut to her as a teenage kid
in New
She-
Jersey.
yeah, she looks like she should be on the set of Blossom
Okay,
or
yeah.
something.
She
looks
does not
nothing
look-
like
Nothing like
Britney
Britney
Murphy.
Murphy.
This woman they picked, I don't know why. There's no. Remember the first time we see her friend, we were like, she
friend
looks
looks
more
more
like
like
Britney
Britney
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yes.
Like, who cast this fucking movie?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean she like I said, she looks like Natasha Lyonne with really red hair, like super.
I thought she looked like Minnie Driver.
Yeah.
She has
more
like
like
Minnie Driver hair.
She had to be
Yeah.
cast because she sort of had like the impression verbally down.
Yes.
She did.
Like, I'll give her
she did
that.
a pretty
She
good Britney Murphy impression.
Yes.
Like verbally though, like
She did
tried
all the
very
like
hard.
neck.
she had a little
move
neck
stuff.
movement
She had
stuff.
it. Yeah,
yeah.
She actually consistently through the movie. She
Did
was
the
just
neck
like,
thing.
Yeah.
Britney Murphy wiggles. This is
Yeah.
what I know about her. I think,
That's what
like we said, she watched Clueless.
That was it. Because that
And
was
that
the
was
only
all.
movie they mentioned in the whole goddamn thing.
That was the only
Yeah.
movie. Well, like that's the only movie we saw the set of. Right?
Did you?
I mean, the
No.
other
No,
thing
all right.
didn't count. We'll get there.
We
yeah.
So this movie, right? Constantly, there's stuff
moving
you
forward.
don't see,
Yeah.
and you're just supposed to assume is around.
Well,
so
it's a-
you have
that's
to
gotta be
assume they're on the set of Clueless.
Lauren, is this a
let's
trope
get
of
back to-
Lifetime movies though that they film
No.
everything in the corner of a room
No, man, this movie.
so that you can't?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It depends on the
Only
movie.
these like celebrity ones, like the
Yeah,
like
the celebrity ones are just-
Elizabeth,
There's no money.
whatever.
Liz and Dick.
Liz and Dick,
That was
well.
a mess. But those are all like tight shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All
Yeah,
the time
yeah.
because it's doesn't matter where they are. We're in a hotel room.
But we have to step
Yeah.
back. So we come into her and her mother. She's supposed to be in high school. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
And her mother is
On the
doing some
phone.
sort of work. She's like on the phone. She's like, and she's like, "Come on, mom." And she's like, "You have to take a break."
I gotta get.
I have to do
these
these
appointments.
appointments.
I thought
Yeah,
she was
she's like, take me to this thing, which
Was
we'll
she
get to
doing
what
like?
they go to.
Was she
which
doing
is
like one of
hilarious.
those self-sale things? You know, like where she's selling knives or something?
No, she was,
Was that-
doing
It was-
some sort because then she gets
She
on the
said
phone.
appointments. She was like, I
said,
need
I
to
have
make
to
it.
make these appointments.
And then Brittany gets
Murphy
on the
gets
phone.
and she's like,
And
"Remember
assumes
that
her
bridal
identity.
What did she say? Remember that bridal show you went to? Well, you're never gonna guess." And I'm like, "Okay, so her mom does something for weddings."
Yeah,
She's-
because had
somebody
you listened,
won something for their wedding.
I guess.
had she said one more sentence of that conversation audibly, like you might be able to tell what her mom did for a job.
No idea
but
what
you
she did for a job.
don't.
We don't know.
Which
And it
we
doesn't
hear
ever matter
nothing
because-
about for the rest of
Yeah.
the fucking movie.
It's the only time she
No,
had a job.
Her
was-
mom is wearing a wig
they're
that
all
is so
wearing wigs.
atrocious.
so terrible.
I mean, to let it
The
happen is
wigs.
insane. Just let the woman have her natural hair.
The
Does she
wigs
need to
in
wear?
this movie,
Yeah. Oh,
in general, are just
that's
horrifying.
Well, amazing.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Her mom already
Ugh.
like dresses like she's ill.
Yes, she does.
I thought we went into this movie. She was already sickly. Like she just
she looked bad.
she has like a
She doesn't
bandana
look
on,
good.
and it just
She
looks
looks
like
bad.
she doesn't look okay.
She does not
sucks.
look good.
She's just looks sick, man.
Yeah.
Everyone looks ill. Like
Everybody does.
it just looks like like there was something on the set.
that maybe it's foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. So then I remember
So then they go to the.
they go to they cuts
They go to
her,
whatever she was begging to go to.
which was her in that play at
Yeah.
school, right? Where
like-
Was
she's
it a play at school?
yes, it had a
No.
backdrop of a pirate ship that
It
was
was
like
like-
bought from like a party city.
was
I
like-
missed that part.
Did
Oh
you
my
see
God.
that?
I didn't see the backdrop.
There's a backdrop of like a pirate ship.
There
from,
was like 8 other people in that room.
My assumption was like acting class or something.
Dude,
Yeah.
Shit, Brittany
it was
Murphy.
her and the woman that looked more like Brittany Murphy
Yes.
fighting with
They're
swords.
fighting with swords.
Dressed like
And
pirates.
then her
mother
mom.
is-
Hold on.
I
That's
was
where the
gonna say,
line.
that's where the
Yeah.
line comes in.
Yeah.
Lauren wrote down 3 lines
Yeah.
that we have to discuss.
Her mother's talking to the mother of her best friend,
Yes.
Yes.
and she says that line, which is,
I just love watching them have fun.
"You're right," and that's what they're
just
doing.
like awkwardly clanking wooden swords against each
yeah,
other.
and then that weird looking
Oh,
like
Lord.
Counting Crows guy comes
I
up,
don't know where that guy came
and he's
from.
like, "Your daughter's an amazing actor, I can tell," and it's like, but they're
looking at
doing
her like,
nothing over there.
Well, this is where they
together.
start the whole "she's ugly" thinks she's
Yeah,
ugly thing.
there's a whole fat-
because the mom's like, but she looks she tries to like sell her friend, being like, Morgan looks more like
a Hollywood
like
type.
a Hollywood type, and he goes, yeah, I want the more down
Because there's like
to
a
earth.
whole like.
I want a more down to earth kind of chick.
And then she's like, ooh, I'm gonna do a commercial. Which then
Was
all right,
Brittany
this
Murphy
movie-
an anorexic? Was that a thing?
Not confirmed, I don't think.
Okay, I just wasn't expecting that in this movie at all because she's not. Whatever. It's not. I didn't think that was a
She's
thing.
a
Talked about her weight
normal-sized
for a long
woman
time.
in
Did
this
they?
movie.
They
Okay,
did,
I don't
yes.
follow tabloids
There's
enough.
a reason
I guess.
that she went from like slightly like baby fattish to like super skinny in her life. Like that was
Okay.
a thing. People talked about that.
Okay.
I'm.
What are you doing to me?
I'm push the mic towards your
Bob's
face. more.
directing air
What?
traffic.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't want another Justin Gatka failure on here.
Okay.
So from this point forward, time will now pass in chunks that you can't even fathom to understand.
And the
You just have to
subtitling of the
let it
passage
happen.
is a mess.
Suddenly, 6 months later, she has done she's now doing,
not in school because
she's
she
not-
has 3 commercials to film
one
today
day.
in New York because I am a commercial star.
Because she takes the
Mom.
no wait, you're missing the popcorn moment though. Because the mom doesn't let her take the job first, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And then it's her like
Jesus
sitting there angry,
Christ.
eating popcorn, throwing it at her mom's head, and then her mom just goes,
All right, fine.
"Okay," and then she throws the popcorn in the air,
Not like
but not into the scene. Backwards out of the scene, so
she
nothing
was like,
happens.
I don't want to get popcorn all over
all
me.
over the set.
This whole
Like,
movie is just like scene after scene after scene.
dude,
after
they
scene.
pile
One
drive this
take.
shit. They
One
filmed
take.
it in like a weekend. They're like, everything needs to be done. It's awesome. Then we cut to where they're already in the commercials.
Yeah,
where
she's
she's
like,
already
"Oh, I'm
working
gonna be
in
doing
commercials.
three
I want to
commercials in
move to
one day.
LA.
You're right.
And her
Is there
mom's
any-
like, what are you talking about? And she's like, let's just do it. Because her
They live in New Jersey.
It's
You
her
can be
mother's
an actor.
life. Her daughter goes, let's move to LA. She's like, Nick, what is your job? Do you have friends? Is your family like close by? What is your, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we don't know
She's
anything.
17 years old, telling you to move to LA and you do it?
Running her fucking life. Not to mention the fact that they live in New Jersey and you can fucking be an actor in New York.
Yes.
You're
Yeah,
in
it's not that
commercials, like,
far.
Give me a break.
What is that? An hour drive? It's not that far, right?
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
you live.
It's angering. It's like, why?
Yeah,
Who are
why
these
is your
people?
daughter running your life?
What was her job?
Her
She's
mom-
not a human being.
The
She's
story
just
is
around.
actually. I'm convinced that
She
this
is
is the
just
story
around.
of her mother, who's like this pathetic
Dude, her mother could be
growth
a
on another human being. It's just like
If all you knew-
sapping all her fucking energy until she died from it.
She does outlive her. I mean,
I
you
mean,
have a
yeah.
Does outlive her.
She's like a succubus or something, feeding off her as she sleeps.
point. I wish.
Oh man, dude.
Oh my god. Okay, what even happens next?
So they moved
it's
to
like
LA.
suddenly
Dude,
they're in
it
LA.
fades
They're
to
in
LA. We're in LA.
No, instantly there.
They're
They're in
on,
LA.
they're on one of their
They live in LA.
trademark hikes because everyone is
Jesus.
All
hiking
they do
constantly.
is sit in kitchens
For-
and take walks.
Hikes. That's
It's
it.
kitchen hiking. Audition, kitchen,
hiking.
The next plot point, kitchen hiking.
Hiking.
Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. By the third time they were walking, I was like, seriously? This is what this is?
People just hike a lot,
And like
man.
the first half hour of the movie is pretty much just her and her mom. There's no other characters.
No one, except for her
Nobody.
friend Morgan.
It's like, who is in your fucking life? Oh, you knew her name. Damn.
Yeah.
Matt
I'm
remembers
trying
names
to do
well.
better at that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get better at this.
Yeah, her
So I
friend
don't
Morgan
call her
sho-
the white bitch or something. Like, I gotta
her
work on
friend
that.
Morgan shows up in LA unexplainably and is
For no
living
reason.
with them. We're just
I
okay.
think she's staying over. I don't think she's living
yeah.
with them.
Right,
but,
but
it is
remember
weird
that
because
line that she said, like she just doesn't
she
fit in
said-
anymore.
No, I wrote that one down.
Oh,
you wrote that
We
down,
wrote
okay.
That down. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, we got before
We-
that
yeah,
though.
we-
Okay,
she's,
before that.
she
Get to that,
gets
though.
she gets clueless. Like she gets signed up for Clueless, and
Clueless.
she's all excited. So then when you're on the set, and this we were talking about before, like they just were like, "This looks like a movie set. Go." This whole thing could have been guerrilla filmed.
Yeah, some of this had to be not legal. Like
yeah, it's like backstage.
It was nothing. It could have been. It could have been
Dressing
a
room
like.
stuff, I
Yeah,
guess.
it totally could have
Like,
been like
it
an
didn't even
amphitheater
look-
or like
it
a.
wasn't anything.
it didn't look like Lifetime had a movie set and they just
Yeah.
said use ours. It looked like they were there for the day. and like other people are trying to get work done.
Yeah.
It's really weird looking.
So this is when you see Alicia Silverstone.
Another wig for the ages,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
It's awesome.
A wig that is way too big for her head.
Looks nothing like
The
Alicia
first time you
Silverstone.
see it, she's way in the background, and at that distance, you're like, "Good God!"
What the fuck is on her head?
Then when like Brittany Murphy introduces Morgan to her, it is just a nightmare. It looks so crazy.
Is there a shortage of blonde actresses out there?
No.
Like you would
You
think so
could
from this
literally
fucking movie. There's
walk
so
in
many
a
bad
room
blonde fucking
and
wigs
just-
all over.
You can walk on the
Part her
streets of
hair.
LA and say, I need a blonde actress. And anyone will be like, me. I need work. Instead, you're putting a wig on, so she had to be working for
somebody
free or
that
something.
Like Alicia Silverstone. Doesn't look like her.
Nope,
she had
does
like
not
2
look like her at all.
scenes.
Yeah.
That was it.
Unbelievable.
And we only know because
Giant wig.
we only know it's her because they say Clueless and she's blonde. If they didn't say Alicia, I would have been like, maybe that wasn't her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the costume wasn't
she's
even
so
that good. Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
no, it was
I guess
so
it's
bad.
Clueless. But
There's
then also,
wait, there's
the-
also like a photography
Yes.
montage. That's what you're talking about?
Oh no! I was gonna say the guy who makes fun of her.
Oh no, I was gonna talk about the montage.
Yeah, the photography
Oh,
montage.
man.
Yes, the photography montage where she basically she does like 3 outfits.
Right.
That's it. It was
That's
like
it.
30
And no, and the
second
song
montage.
abruptly cuts off at the end of the
Ends.
montage. Like,
You're just like, what does that mean? Like, what did that represent?
was that supposed to be fun? Was that the honey? Was
of
that
her life
So
did
do you
that
realize
represent?
that scene, that like 30 seconds, was the honeymoon period of her acting career in that movie?
Yes.
Because not everything
No.
else is dour.
Yeah.
That was the only fun she
I
had.
put on 3 dresses.
The rest of the
The
time
most
is a
fun I've ever had.
nightmare. Everything else is going wrong.
Wait,
Yeah.
so-
Well, I was gonna say on the set,
Yes.
the guy's like putting like like fixing her mic or like putting something in her hair. And what was that?
Oh no, there's a phone ringing.
There's
Oh.
a phone.
It's not mine.
Oh, it's
Look
you.
at
Oh,
that.
it's mine.
Yeah. Look at you, motherfucker. All right.
Sorry.
This guy, he's like putting makeup on her or
Technical
something.
defects, go ahead.
And then she like smiles at him and she's like thinks he's hot or whatever. And then when she immediately walks by him somewhere else and he goes, they're going to need I don't think we have enough makeup to make that short chick look hot or whatever. What did he
Chunky.
say?
He called her a
Oh,
chunky.
He called her
monkey.
chunky,
Chunky.
yeah, and she heard him. She has like rollers in her
Called her
hair,
a chunky
Yeah.
monkey.
and she heard him. And was like, oh,
Oh my
that's
God.
the start.
And the
Like,
guy
He
the
laid
guy,
the seeds.
Yes,
Jesus.
it was like
They're in there.
like evil music played.
Right,
Yes.
right. No,
Dun,
it's
dun.
It's over,
She's
man.
like,
He killed her. That guy.
No.
That guy
No, we'll
killed
get to
her.
what killed her.
Yeah, we know what killed
And
her.
I'm calling a lawyer once this recording's finished. Jesus Christ.
If the real, if reality
all right.
is this, okay.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
What happens after that? She does Clueless.
Well, she
then
does
they
Clueless.
walk.
So she has a modicum of success.
That's when
She buys a house.
she buys a house.
But remember the
when-
scene with the paparazzi? That's when the paparazzi shit starts.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's when the guy's like, "Who are you?" And she goes,
Oh,
"What?"
jeez.
And he goes, "Who are you?" And then
She
there's this
goes-
weird
she
like,
goes, I can't
all the-
see you. I can't
all the
see you.
paparazzi scenes are filmed like it's a dream
Yeah, it
sequence
looks
in
like it's a
another
dream.
movie. Like in
But
another
it's not.
movie, they would be like a horrifying paparazzi sequence because
Yep.
it's like everything's draped in black.
Yeah.
But
And
there's
if you just made
there's
the
red-
white
Flashes
and
are
black.
coming out of an
red
abyss.
drapes.
It's
One
like
of you said like it's
Yeah.
a red carpet, not red drapes.
Yeah.
Like if the floor was white and black zigzags, it would be Twin Peaks. Like,
Yeah, it looks insane.
like, it would-
I wonder if somebody was like all clever, like she's in it, so.
Ah, Twin
Yeah.
Peaks.
But the
It was
guy who
weird.
asked that is the
so
the guy with the
Simon,
face,
the face
the
guy.
face guy.
Who's supposed to be her husband, which her husband did. Well, I mean, he eventually was her husband.
Yes. Fine. Spoilers. Jeez.
Spoilers, God, sorry. Only the third character in this movie.
He looks like
True.
Nick Cage if like he had Jiminy Glick makeup on.
Yes. If
Like,
Nick Cage
almost
signed his
to-
life away to Disney,
Like
he
that-
would look like
you
that.
look like that in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which but
My Fat Mama or something. Yeah.
the person that he plays
wanna
in
see
real
that.
life looks. While he does look creepy, he looks nothing
Like
No.
this guy.
man.
This guy
He
is
was
This
just-
man has the bluest eyes, and the real person has
His
brown
eyes-
eyes.
And
His
black
eyes
hair.
are
And black
bulging
hair.
out of his skull. Like
Yeah. No, he's Judge Doom at the end of Roger Rabbit. You remember me, Eddie? Like, this guy, his eyes are just insane.
Yes! Yeah. And that guy looked nuts. I don't even think his eyes were that blue, Lauren. I'm convinced that you could just see them so well. You were like,
you were seeing the back of his head. That's what you were seeing. That's what thoughts look like.
God damn it. That guy is a nightmare.
He's insane looking. Just like it's like another thing. Like, where are they casting these movies at?
I don't know.
He had to be like a producer.
The
or
casting
something.
agent was like, we gotta get a guy who looks like this. What is that guy? I mean, what is that guy even? I can't even look at him. Just get somebody else that I can't stand the sight of. And that guy walked in, he almost threw up and was like, you got the job. Done. Spike his hair up. I'm gonna fucking be in my room.
Your face
vomiting.
is just difficult. Okay.
It's horrible. I said he looked like a Bob Odenkirk thumb character. It was a mess.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
we could talk about this guy's head for a day and what it looked like. It was a piece of art. It's an expressionist piece. This guy's life.
Oh man, I'm
I'm sorry. I have to pee or I'm going to pee myself.
okay. I can pause it. We have technical difficulties. All right, we're back from a pee break. That's our first pee break for bonus disc, Lauren. Good job breaking down boundaries.
We're gonna make me piss myself. It was too funny.
So outside of that guy's head, which we don't need to address anymore, just accept it.
I'll drop it.
I think that's gonna be the picture of the episode. I'm gonna his head is
either that or the Just Married poster. Which should be coming up, right? Where are we? Like, does it matter?
I don't know, man.
So he says, "Who are you?" And she's like, "I can't see you."
No, she says her name. He goes, "Who are you?" She says, "Brittany Murphy." And he screams, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
And I was
Who
like,
are you? Oh, he's British, by the way.
Yeah. Who are you?
Yeah.
and then
She's like, Brittany Murphy. And the music swells.
And she's wearing a bathrobe too. Yeah, it's not a dress.
That's
it's like
why we thought it was a dream. It looks
it looks
ridiculous.
like a dream. It looks insane.
It's so bad.
weird.
And you said all the photo bulb
she's
flashes
Brittany
were like
Murphy.
not.
It looked like they were added in post.
they were
like
in
the
post.
flashes weren't.
Yeah.
Like they weren't photographed. It was like added later. Yeah. Also, quick. This thing looked like it was filmed by J.J. Abrams. There's.
Oh yeah, well not yet. Only once she becomes like a superstar does it do that. It's kind of weird.
But it does it while they're in a kitchen
Bob,
and shit.
They did a good job. Her
Right, yeah.
life before she's a superstar, the lighting is
little bit-
normal.
yeah.
And
Then when she's like mega rich, it is lens flared the fuck out.
everything
Right.
gets brighter by like exponentially
Yes,
brighter.
yes.
And then once
The
she's in
sun
the,
is like getting closer to the earth. It just gets
she's
insane.
such a star.
Yeah, and then the
and
lens flares are out of control.
And then when it goes on the decline, it's gray.
Everybody
It turns into
looks ill.
Schindler's
That's
List for the
amazing.
last third.
Yeah.
It's black and white.
It's cinematography,
Yeah.
man.
So wait, okay,
They
so
cared.
what happens after the... It's like,
Somebody
I'm
cared.
Brittany Murphy. And then it clearly was like, this is time for a commercial break. And then it comes
Yeah.
back.
Right,
And
this
then
is a TV movie, so
what else happened?
I think that's when she's reading scripts. She's got a bunch
She's
of
reading
scripts.
scripts.
This
She's
is when her mom gets breast cancer. I would assume.
no, we're okay.
It has to have happened
Very
by now.
important thing in the movie that happens before the breast cancer thing.
Oh, fuck, we
is
forgot
her
about it.
in the kitchen talking
course,
about
because
the
that's all
fact
they ever are.
Yes.
this is
That
terrible
she got
too.
clueless.
That she got clueless that she didn't care about acting. She cares about money.
Oh, she did say that.
She
I thought you were
said
gonna
that.
say
She says that, yeah.
there's some point where she gets really excited about something and her mom goes, "Honey, don't forget about your heart."
Don't forget about your heart.
Oh yeah, don't
And you're
forget
like,
about your
what-
heart.
Like a
If
half
you
an hour into the movie, you're like,
Britney
I didn't
Spears.
know she had a heart
I
condition.
said Britney Spears. Britney Murphy did have a heart murmur. That
She
was
had
a
a heart
thing.
murmur.
It was
You're like,
real.
"Yeah, I didn't know that.
That is a real thing.
They said that, and you're like, "What the?
That's
fuck
not
are you
what killed her,
talking about?"
though.
It's not.
no.
But yeah, regardless, she
Both
says
those
in the
things.
privacy of a conversation with her mom that she doesn't care about the acting. She only cares about the money.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you making this movie then?
I know, we don't
You're
give a
trying
fuck
to prove
about
to me
her.
that she didn't give a shit about anything?
Yeah, why do
what
we
was
care?
the point of this? It's supposed to, I thought it was on her side.
As far
It's
as I'm
like-
concerned, this is it's evidence for a case against her mother.
Yes.
yeah.
That's pretty much all it is.
This is also like written out like by a child from a Wikipedia article.
Yes.
Like
Yes, that's what it feels
this
like.
movie is just like grounded in nothing. It's like,
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
like, do you
Nothing.
remember what People Magazine said? Well, we're gonna make that into pictures that move.
But they never, like, Clueless and anything
What else?
They
Like,
just
Was there
married,
anything
just
else?
married, and
Oh,
Clueless.
Just
Just
Married and
Married.
Clueless
They
are
don't
the only
mention
two
like
movies.
Little Black Book. They mention
Oh,
that.
Little
They don't
Black
mention
Book,
like
yeah.
Little Black
Uptown
Book.
Girls or
They mention
Sin
Little Black-
City.
they
They don't say
mention
King of
Happy
the Hill. They
Yeah, they leave
she
so
did a
much of
lot
her
of
career
television
out.
work. They just
Yeah.
leave it out like she
Yep.
is drowning without work, and she was
But,
steadily
however,
working.
yet they act like she's like a fucking A-lister, like
Yeah.
star.
Was she ever that?
No,
No, not really.
Maybe
No,
around
she
Just
was
Best.
not.
Just
They
Married was
behave
probably
as
when
if
she was like at the
really
tippy top.
That would have been
famous.
when, if Just Married was amazing, that's when she
Would
would
have
have
rocketed
been. Yeah,
off.
that's when
Yes.
she
Yeah.
would have been an A star.
No, but she was a
it didn't happen
character
that way.
actress. She was a
Yeah.
good character actress.
She did
That's what
good
she
work.
She
was.
made money. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Except
the
for
movie,
when she says you're
the
a damn
movie
fool
is
in Sin
characterizing
City,
her as
whatever.
someone who is like, "Fuck the world, I'm not a lead woman." But I think she was just a character actress who had a few problems in her life. There-
Yes,
Yeah,
There's no story here, which is the
no.
fucking point.
And
The
that's
movie's
what-
called
and
The
we keep-
Story. She's just a person.
She's just a person
They
doing
really
stuff,
did-
and she dies for the dumbest reason ever, and we'll get to it. But
they keep leaping ahead in time,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
either do it by saying like 6 months later or like 2003,
Or
and then they'll be like
September
August
2003.
Yeah, like it's like, are you gonna do it in
mean?
months? Are you gonna tell us what year? Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's
Your
just
shit skips
consistency
forward
here.
so hard.
but at some point, her mother gets breast cancer.
Yes.
They're walking. They're on one of their
They're all
legendary
well,
walks.
legendary walks.
And
Her
then-
mom
They're
wearing a
all
do rag says, "They found a lump. It's breast cancer." Cut to black. Cut back.
3
to her
months later.
sickle
Whoa,
in the-
whoa, whoa, wait,
3
no,
months
wait,
later.
wait.
It
No,
says
no,
The
not yet.
conversation they have
That's
about
right.
it, though, she's like, "Well, I'm just gonna stop acting. Then I'm gonna stop my career."
Right.
She's like, "No,
No,
you gotta
you gotta
keep doing
keep
your career.
acting.
You should probably really
like
keep
she's
working."
gonna
It's a good time to
explode.
keep
Like,
working.
I gotta manage you. You might just fucking float off
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
ether with your cancer. Like you're acting in Hollywood movies. You need those
Yes.
paychecks.
Yes.
You got, what do you
I'm
want?
sick.
So like,
Hire someone.
Yeah.
What are you
But-
doing?
so she gets cancer. Then it shows her in a hospital, and you're
No,
like,
she's not even in a
No,
hospital.
dude,
the
this
first-
was
no.
one-
Yes, the first
no.
time it does.
No.
No, there's no hospital.
No,
in
man.
there.
you sure?
This cuts to
I'm
black.
Oh, you're right.
And cuts to her
3
on the
months-
couch with her
3
mom.
months
She
later
goes,
on the
"I'm
couch."
so glad that your
That's
treatments are over." She's like, "Yeah, tomorrow everything will be back to normal."
Normal,
Yeah.
yeah. Why does it?
It doesn't matter.
It's
that she has
I have
over.
cancer. Boop. I
It's
don't have
fixed.
cancer. Next, let's do it. Like,
You
Next
can't do
scene.
it. One
Next
cut.
scene.
She beat cancer in
One
one
cut.
edit.
Yes.
It was one shot to the neck.
she had cancer and didn't within the span of a
Yeah,
breath.
I mean, you
Like-
really could have said, "I have it. I don't now. Let's move on with your life."
Beautiful.
Anyway,
And-
next scene.
Next scene.
It's gotta be the Just Married thing. So she's doing Just Married with
Oh.
Ashton Kutcher with a blonde-haired Aryan guy who kind of has a mouth.
again.
He's not a bat. I
His
still
impression
argue,
was okay.
I argue that
compared
he's not
to
a bat. Yeah,
Everyone else who's supposed to
everybody
be
else-
someone in
Someone
this
else,
movie,
he was
he
the
was the
best.
best.
He was
Yeah.
definitely the best.
And he's not good.
And he's
The best
bad.
man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bad, but
He's
he's
a terrible
way
actor.
better.
but he
It's not
kind
even
of
his
looks.
acting, it's just
He a
the-
little
he
bit
looked
looks like
weird.
Ashton Kutcher.
I would have never
He-
guessed if you just showed me him. I would be like, that guy would never play Ashton Kutcher ever. Yeah, and he's
Well, yeah,
better.
If you
He's
didn't
like
have
Jerry
it in your
O'Connell.
head, you'd be like, who does this guy look like? You'd be like,
Jerry
Yeah.
O'Connell, right?
yeah, Jerry O'Connell, yeah.
So they're on the set of Just Married and they fall in love.
Yes.
Yep.
And there is the only time we see any media for any movie is a fake
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Married poster with a picture of the two actors and this
Playing a
shitty ass
role.
like Comic Sans
Amazing.
font. It's awesome. I would
bad.
frame that fucking poster if somebody gave it to me.
I think it was during this point at some time that her friend visited from New Jersey, and she
Right.
wakes
They
up in
went
the morning, and they're like,
shopping
"Is
thing.
she live
Living
there
there?
now?
Why are you,
Why are
like-
you
Why
here?
is she-
She's
Is
going
she
in
so
the-
comfortably in pajamas
no, it was,
walking around
hey,
the
do
house?
you want some of this kale shake?
Well, that's what it is.
She
Yeah,
goes,
she's
I'll
like,
get something while we're out.
yeah, she's like, "Do you have any bacon?" She's like, "No, we've got kale smoothly." And she's like, "Ugh, I'll get something while I'm out." And she walks away.
And then she says to her mom, like,
I'm
she-
having such a hard time relating to her now.
'cause she-
And then she goes, "It makes me sad." And, like, frowns.
And that's the last you see.
I think
person
Lauren,
who
you
wrote
said
this
that's
movie
what you
has
said. Like
no
it was a
vocabulary.
child. It makes me sad.
It makes me sad. I was like a 12-year-old wrote this.
It is no
vocabulary.
based off of like an internet search.
Yeah, this could be like a
It's
kid would turn this
insane.
in as like a paper in 8th
Like
grade
the
or
first
something.
draft of a paper.
Like, you
Right,
need to
write
get a
something about
dictionary,
person.
kid.
Okay, kid wrote this down, turned it in. Like
Like he was watching Sin City at the time. And he's like, that person. Who's that?
Sure, I'll just
I'll
write
just
it
write it about that. Yeah.
Ugh.
Wikipedia.
At least that kid would have mentioned her career.
Yeah. A child would have mentioned King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
does she have her
That's-
fainting spell? It's got to
That's
be
probably
around
like
here.
her biggest role of her career is Luann.
Yeah.
To
It's-
not
yes.
mention it is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But they
She did it
have
for
to
12
not
years.
mention it,
'Cause
otherwise
otherwise all the drama kind of just falls flat. Like you
Yeah.
are working. What,
because her
Okay,
life is
so-
fine and she dies because she's an idiot and we'll get to it. God damn it.
You gotta get to it. So she's on a famous hike with
Yes.
Ashton.
Ashton
Oh,
Kutcher,
yeah,
her
yeah,
going
they're
on
on
a
a
hike.
She gets
too.
a little a dizzy spell.
right.
And he's like, what's wrong? She's like, it happens.
Yeah. Cut.
Which
Next
apparently
scene.
Which is now the movie's trying to lead us to believe that her heart problem's getting worse.
I guess.
Yeah, but it was the anemia because she had like super
Well, yeah. At
periods.
some point,
apparently.
yeah.
She
She
faints.
mentions
There's
that.
like suddenly like, oh, she eventually has a fainting spell and she's in the hospital after fainting, which
Yes.
nobody fucking does. But anyway, she's in the hospital after fainting and they're like,
Yeah.
well, they're saying that you have like hypoglycemia and anemia. Probably because of those really heavy periods that you have. Like,
Which
she
is
just
never
said
addressed,
that.
by the
But-
way.
No.
But
Nobody
later
ever
in the movie, I
mentioned
think
it.
at some point her mom goes, "How are your
How are your
periods?
how are your
And-
cramps?"
How are your cramps?" And she goes, "Worse than ever."
Yeah,
Worse than ever.
Which is not. It wasn't a bad Brittany
No,
Murphy.
no.
like,
She did a
it's a
decent
good
impersonation. She just
Worse
didn't
than
look
ever.
anything like her at all.
No, she never does.
No.
Yeah.
I was
So
telling Lauren, I thought like maybe when she was in high school, when she became like an adult, like it was gonna be a different
different
woman playing
actress,
her.
right.
Yeah, like I was hoping because I was
Yeah,
like, this
no.
doesn't look anything like her at all.
dude, they didn't have time to recast
No,
stuff.
no.
They were shooting this in like a fucking 3
All
days.
these people were kidnapped into making this movie.
Yeah, there was like. I'm convinced somebody had a gun like right off camera. Like, say it.
Yeah,
the
I
fucking
say I'm
scene.
sad. Say it makes you feel sad. I know what it sounds like. Say it.
Makes me sad.
Okay, so
Uh,
tell me if I'm jumping or not, but this seems to be around the
The
time.
whole movie fucking jumps.
The movie
anyway.
jumps like it's like fucking Quantum Leap, man. It's
Next,
insane.
three months later, 6 months later, 4 years later.
That's when
Who
she's.
knows?
Is that when
when she has the fainting
Fat
spell.
Nicolas Cage comes back in?
Well,
but
when they
they
went
do-
shopping with Morgan, he
Yes.
like talks to her in the store, and he's like, you know,
Oh, and that's-
all paparazzi. The store where there's no one that works there, and
no
no
one's
cash
shopping
register.
or working there,
No.
but there's definitely a register about like 15 feet that
Yeah,
way.
Because
Nobody
you
can
can
hear it.
Them ringing up all those other customers that are on that half of the store, apparently, that you never see because the camera couldn't do that. He goes
Because all these he like stops the paparazzi from
Yeah, he
like
closes the
bombarding
door.
her,
Right.
right? Like,
Right, yeah,
Then he
he's
says
like-
they're like, "Don't worry, they're with me" or
Well,
something.
no, he goes, look, they're not all as charming as I am.
Right.
Is what he says.
And she's like,
And
"Oh,
then-
you're so sweet." And
then
he's like, "No, but
later-
seriously, the paparazzi can be pretty terrible." And
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's fine. Bye." Like,
Yeah,
she's
paint-
like,
I'm an idiot, apparently.
Paint her like an idiot. Good thing
Yeah.
you made this movie.
Yeah.
Good job. What it was. I mean, it's so insulting to Brittany Murphy.
It
oh,
really
we forgot
is.
to say how they show us.
It is. Like,
how
seriously.
they show us that
Could have just
she-
not done this.
I'm just glad everyone died because somebody would be pissed about this.
We forgot to say how they show us her engagement to Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, oh my God, that's
Jesus
the best
Christ.
like filmmaking moment in the whole thing. Because she walks
Please
into the
explain it to
house.
us.
Hold
and
on, hold on. So, well, they get
Oh, yeah,
engaged.
they get engaged, right?
They get engaged, and then
But they don't show them getting engaged.
No.
Doesn't
you
show
just
them-
see the end
that
of the
would
scene.
require another location.
They just show at the end of some scene with the two of them, they cut to her hand that has a fucking engagement ring on it.
no, do you remember how? No, wait. She
Yes.
no,
walks
it's
into the
reversed.
kitchen.
That's reversed. No. What happened was they get engaged. They do the whole like, I'm gonna go to this party. What happened between us? Then they get engaged.
Right.
Right? Then they get
But they
engaged.
show that
He
but
just says like, let's get engaged or something like that. They don't
no,
show the ring.
But she
They
walk-
do show the ring.
No,
They
she
show the
walks
ring.
into the
No.
kitchen and she says, "Mom, I've got 2 surprises for you."
No,
No,
that's with
that's
Simon.
the other guy.
Because everything in this
That's
movie happens
Simon.
twice.
That's
That's with
Simon.
Simon.
Kutcher.
God damn it.
No, they definitely show the ring
Do
at
they?
the end of the scene. They are like talking right after the fucking weird, like, you went to
Ashton
a
Kutcher
party
you're
and I
talking
don't
about,
fucking
right?
like you anymore. And then,
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, and now they're engaged because they show the ring on her finger and then cut to black. And then the next scene is her walking into the house with her hand on a piece of luggage and there's no ring on her finger.
Yeah,
it's
and her mom's like, "Where's
apparently they
Ashton?"
got engaged and now they're not engaged
so
anymore.
we're also
That's right.
we're forgetting their fight. The reason they broke up was amazing because they're like at that diner like having a cute date.
yeah.
And then he's like, he's looking at his phone. He's like, you think I can hang out with my friends I haven't seen for months? And then there's like this camera pushing on Britney's
Like,
face, like,
oh my God.
I guess. Oh God,
What's happening?
And then
With your friends?
and then it cuts to him coming home from whatever that was, and she's like, she can't even look him in the face.
I know.
How dare you hang out with them for
Did you
4
have a
hours
good
or whatever?
time?
And then is when we see that there's no ring on her finger anymore.
I'm telling you, you see that she's engaged
No,
at
you
the
do.
end of
God.
that scene.
Yeah. And then you
And
see
then
that
you see
there's
her
no.
that she's no ring.
They
It's
got
like-
divorced
but you're
according to
like,
this movie because he wanted to hang out with his friends
But
for like a
you're-
night.
yeah.
Like, we're too different. It was
so-
awful.
It'll never work.
But it was also like, I guess they were engaged and now they're not anymore. Like,
No, yeah, because everything just happened and then got canceled so they could move on.
right? They're like, next
Breast cancer,
scene, next
snuff
scene.
that. Engaged, fuck all that. What's next?
Right.
Kill it.
Kill it,
then-
right.
Does her mom get breast cancer again then?
Her mom gets it.
God.
Dude.
Yes, because it happened early enough that where we were like, did she get rid of it or not? 'Cause
Right.
They never
No,
addressed
she
that.
because Brittany comes in, she looks through some
Finds a
binder,
pamphlet.
but it's
Yeah.
under paper. She like sees like
Yeah, I
fucking
don't know what-
X-ray
yeah,
vision.
she had
Yeah.
X-ray
Yeah, like
vision.
oh my God, she sees like dealing with breast cancer pamphlet,
Yeah.
and then her mom
then
comes
comes
in. She
home,
goes,
she's
"They came
crying.
back." You
It's
know.
She's been
clearly
crying
it's,
the whole
yeah,
time.
Yeah. She's in a first of all, she's in a leather dress,
Yeah.
standing in the house in a
Yeah.
short leather dress. Her mother leaves the house. She finds the pamphlet. Next scene is that it's clearly nighttime, and her mother is coming home, and she's just sitting on the stairs, and she looks like she's been crying for the last 4 hours.
Yeah, no, she looks
in
like
her
she's,
leather
like,
dress.
come out of Sid and Nancy or something. Like her face is
Yeah.
like mascara,
Yeah.
like war paint. It's
Oh
insane.
My God. And
Yeah.
she's like, "You have cancer again, don't you?"
I'm
And she
gonna
does.
take care of you.
She does.
And then what they have the same conversation again
Yeah,
too.
the
like,
same exact
I'm gonna
one.
stop acting.
Acting.
No, you shouldn't stop acting. No,
But
I
this
really
time she
shouldn't
does
acting.
stop acting.
She
This
stops
time she
acting.
does.
We get a sort of a
goes
montage
to the
of
hospital.
scripts keep showing up at her house and,
And fewer
piling
and
up
fewer come.
until
Yes.
her agent drops her.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Because she took care of her mom.
Because she took care of her mom. Which I guess, like, from the film aspect, is supposed to say, like, see how evil Hollywood is? Like,
Yeah. It's
They don't
pretty much
care.
they don't
You love
care
your
about
family.
you loving your family, even though she's a vapid idiot, according to us, who only
Right.
wants money.
Right.
Like, what are you saying to me? What's the message?
Don't care about any of them because you don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They're just a mother and a daughter that have
a
live
weird
and
fucking
walk.
relationship where they're just
Like,
constantly with each other. They live together all the time.
There's a lot of drama back and forth about who's living with who. Like,
yeah.
she like the mom doesn't want to live alone, and then she does want her to live alone,
Yeah.
and then she gets into a bad way and she moves in with her mother. It doesn't matter for
Yeah.
these events that
No,
happen.
None of it
They're
makes
living
sense.
in a kitchen, basically.
Yeah.
They live in a kitchen.
At
It looks
no
like
point are
a
they
model
not living in
home.
a kitchen.
They
yeah.
can sit in couches under blankets.
Yeah, it's like they rented out an unused home for a day to film it. So they
Yes.
just that's where
Yeah,
they
but
are.
Yeah.
when her mother gets breast cancer the second time, do they ever actually show if she didn't have it anymore?
No.
She's coughing a lot. Remember that?
Yeah, she's coughing.
Yeah, you're like,
She has breast cancer. She's like,
it's killing me right
got
now.
breast
I can
cancer.
feel it.
Yeah, but she just found out. It's like you wouldn't be sick yet. Okay.
she's in the hospital and then she's not. And then it's because that was the time when it was like, this is 2004 and now it's September 2004.
Right.
Yeah, like, well,
Like,
what
so where were we at
before?
the first part? And then it's like it's 2005. Remember?
Right, yeah. And then it was like 6
August
months
2005. It was like, well,
later. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
so-
transition. 2004. September
2004.
2005, 6 months
Months later.
later.
Yeah,
And then it was like 2009 was the next one I think
yeah,
after
like,
that.
what the fuck are we?
God, what's happening?
When does Simon show back up?
Well, he
He comes back after
Yeah,
the
when mother has cancer, she gets dropped. Her life
Right.
is now the movie's
Right.
gray.
Right.
And she's
her life is
depressed
great.
all
She
the
has
time.
no
She's
work.
like, my
King of the
agent-
Hills does not exist.
Yeah,
She
it's
has,
like,
nothing is
she's
happening.
dropping.
It didn't exist in this universe.
That's great. It's awesome. It's like the biggest thing she did. It's
Yeah.
just not
She was
there.
never
No.
not getting
No.
paid off that.
not doing it.
Unbelievable.
And Simon shows back up and he's like, I'm a producer now. I'm not a paparazzi anymore.
I made a film
Paparazzo.
called Freeway People or something. What was it?
He
It's
made
like-
Factory Girl.
Factory Girl.
which sounds
the
fake.
like Andy Warhol movie
Yeah.
about what's her name? I forget her name.
I don't remember her name.
yeah, whatever.
But yeah.
He's making movies
He's like,
now.
I made Factory
wants
Girl.
Twiggy.
And Twiggy.
Right, and he wants to give her an opportunity.
The like model, the blonde haired
Twiggy.
like
Yeah,
model
okay.
that Andy Warhol.
He wants to give Britney like her comeback opportunity and make like that's what he
Yeah,
says.
he's
They're
like,
over
I got
a
a
romantic
script.
dinner. I got a script and you'd be perfect. And she's like, well, I can't do it. No one cares about. I don't make money anymore.
And he's like,
all
we'll,
she
we'll
talks
find
about
the
is
money.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't make money anymore.
And he goes, we'll
God,
find it.
It makes her look so bad.
Yeah,
He's like,
really.
it's going to be fine.
You don't.
Yeah.
He's offering her a chance, like to show that she can act, and she's like, "I don't make money." What do you want
me
we all
for?
know that's why this.
I'm
is
useless.
anything.
I don't make money anymore.
Yeah,
Well, there's a line later in the movie where she's like, I'll do community theater if I have to. And
which
it's
goes
like,
against everything she said.
if you want to act, you can do it on any scale.
You could
You understand that, right?
New York in the first place because that's all theater. You
Yep.
were by New York. What the fuck? No. So
Simon comes back,
He comes back.
and that's when they go on that trip.
Oh, that's
well,
the best part.
he's
She
like,
goes,
I gotta go to New York.
No. She says she has to go to New York.
Oh.
She's like, I'm going to go to New York. I'll be back on Monday. And he
he's
goes,
like, I'll
okay,
come
well,
with you.
bye. He doesn't say he's going with her. He goes, goodbye. And
He
then it's
says
like,
bye.
He
Yeah,
says
I
goodbye.
remember
they,
that,
They
yeah.
part ways. And then it's Brittany Murphy coming home. And her mom's like, what's up? And she's like, that's when she does the
I've got,
I got
two surprises for you.
She's like, one, shows her a wedding ring. And then two, fucking
Well, she shows the
Engagement
dude
ring.
first, and then shows the
Chad
engagement ring.
from
shows
the
the
end of Weird Science comes
Yes,
through the
yeah.
door. Or Chet.
And she goes,
guy's nuts.
and her mother goes, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
She's like, she just looks at her like with like upset face.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's crazy.
and then is that
Yeah.
when after like they have
then her
dinner?
mother-
They have
And
dinner
then her mother fucking
grills
grills
the
him.
fuck out of him.
She's like, I'm sure you're real
which
fucking
is more
asshole,
to
aren't
the
you?
like, where's the money? Where's the money? Because that's all
Yeah,
they cared about.
yeah.
She's like, he's like, yeah, I made this.
Yeah.
I produced this movie, and she goes,
I
what
never
else?
heard of it.
What else
Never
have
heard
you
of it.
done?
What else?
Yeah.
And then she says the weird, almost sexual thing, like, just so you know, this is a full package. If
Yeah.
you get
Oh,
her,
yeah.
you get me.
Yeah.
And, we
And
were
then
like,
they kiss seemingly on the lips. So
Dude,
just,
they
you
picked
can't
the
tell
worst
that it's
angle.
not on.
It's supposed
Terrible
to be-
editing. It's awesome.
It's like
the worst angle to do that.
Oh,
from.
even
Yeah.
too, like there's this moment too, you know how like when they have like a dinner scene in a movie or something like that where it's like you talk and then they sort of cut to like it's supposed
yeah.
to be like later in
Yeah.
the scene
In
or
the-
whatever, and he's just going like, well, we went to New York and she filmed 3 commercials, and then she's sitting there like, oh, Brittany Murphy's sitting there like, oh, I just love when he talks about the events that just happened in the day that we just told her about.
With
I
no
love when he talks
flavor.
about you
Yeah.
making money.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Man,
So
if
Then-
any of this story is
We're-
true,
Is
It's
that
like, it's
not
like we're
long
slowly
after that
feeling
is
defeated
when-
by this movie.
oh man.
I
Not
just
long
want to get
after
to the
that
end. I
is
love
when,
the end.
her mom and her are at a restaurant, right?
Yes.
And then some woman
Oh Lord, they're
Yeah.
talking
they're
about
talking
the
about
wedding.
him and her fiance.
Yeah, they're talking about the wedding.
Yeah, Chet, whatever his
Yeah,
name
yeah,
is, Simone,
yeah.
Simon, whatever.
Simon.
Simone.
Simone. The Al Pacino digital creation. And the woman turns around. She's like, "Do you know him? Because you,
Did you
you
just
know
say
about his."
Simon Calm? What was his
They
name?
should call
Simon, his name is Simon Monjack, and she's like,
Monjack.
"Oh, it's Simon Konjac.
Konjac.
That's what we call him."
He's got
He's
a bunch
apparently
of, he
a
owes-
con artist.
Yeah, he owes
Right.
people a bunch of money. He gets
He's
lots
got, like, a bunch of
fiancés.
fiancés.
FBI
yeah.
warrants and shit. Like he's not. She's
Yeah.
like, you gotta be. I can tell you stories. They kick her out of the restaurant, and her and her mom are like, "Well, that was nuts."
They just go.
They just
"No,
totally
she
disregard it.
Her mother, who was grilling him 2 scenes ago, and
Is
was like,
like,
"Sure,
wow.
fuck you, whatever," is now
Okay.
like, "Excuse me, miss, you have to leave. This
He's
is
part of
fucked up."
us now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's never done anything
And
wrong.
Brittany Murphy, though, she goes, the woman gets taken away by security, and she just goes, "That was crazy."
That was crazy.
Cut to black. Scene over.
Yep.
No talking about it.
No, that was
We're
crazy.
we don't know why they don't look it up. It's
So anyway,
2008.
about the
You can
centerpieces.
Google it.
Yes.
I mean, it's don't show me a year. where computers exist.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you your husband's a fucking, they know his name.
Yep.
Right.
And they tell you he's a fucking fraud. I look it up.
Dude, the only thing she ever looks up on the internet is terrible
The
shit about herself. You never see her do anything on the internet.
No.
So apparently Brittany Murphy was a narcissist.
Didn't
just wanted
An
to make
idiot
money.
narcissist who
Idiot
is a
narcissist.
fucking gold digger.
Yeah,
apparently.
gold digger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
She
movie.
wasn't a gold digger. I mean, she was just trying to make money for her and her mom.
That's
Look.
right. That's right.
But
For
she
her
was
mom.
in real life.
Simon was a gold digger.
Yeah, Simon was a gold
Yes,
digger.
he was.
So they tell her that shit. What the fuck happens? Does she do any more movies? I
She
mean,
did-
she did
they-
Sin City after that.
I
but
pretty
no,
much
it doesn't
know.
matter.
They don't
Sin
show
City
it.
was what, 2007?
Was it?
So she had already, when that conversation
Conversation
happened,
happened.
Sin City had just happened.
Yeah, it's something
But she
like
was in
that.
a huge
It's like
Hollywood
2000
movie that was a hit, and she's like
I think
flailing
it's
right
like
now.
2006 or 2007.
Well, either way,
But
it's
it's
just
in
in
the
a
It's
vicinity
huge,
of-
about to happen. Yeah.
a huge hit of a
Bullshit.
movie, a monster hit, and they're acting like her life is falling apart.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, so then she gets married. And, like, pretty much they're like, that was crazy. And then it's like, and she's getting married now.
Yep.
So apparently nothing came of that. Someone warning her
right
about the shit.
And he confronts her in the front of the house, and he goes, "So you heard stuff about me," and she's like, "I don't care what it is. I want to fix it."
No. They don't get married.
No,
They
she
don't get
shouldn't say
married
that.
immediately. What happened was they're like playing cards in the living room.
The three of them.
police
His
show
mom is
up.
always-
Arrest him.
The
And they're
FBI
like,
shows up.
ICE shows up.
Yeah, they're like, he's on an
Immigration.
expired visa, and they're like gonna deport him. And
Yeah.
she's like, I want to do whatever I can to get him back. And the lawyer's like, dude, he's a scumbag.
He did all
basically
these fucking terrible
confirms
things.
everything that woman just
Said,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Brittany Murphy turns around and goes, I'll do anything it takes to get him out.
Yeah.
Why? What the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck happened?
yeah.
Why did she decide that?
Because we don't know anything about this man's character that makes her fucking love him.
No, he looks
I
like
gotta
a goddamn
believe-
monster.
I gotta believe reality is
And he has
nothing
no
like this.
personality.
It had
It
to
can't
be.
be.
No.
Brittany Murphy could have been this dumb. It was just. It made her
ugh.
out to be such a
Fucking
Such an
idiot.
idiot. Yeah.
Just, ugh.
Yes.
Just like such an idiot. The guy is a fuck.
Lifetime.
Not to mention this
Television
guy looks
for women.
insane. And he's look, if that guy
On
was an
top of
angel,
it-
maybe I'd understand. Like, okay, love is blind, sure. But he's also a scumbag, and he looks like he's got planets coming out of his face. He looks insane.
He looks like he's perpetually
And he's just-
exploding from
Yeah,
being
he's
exposed
lying
to space.
you. He's a liar. And he looks
my
like
God.
that. And everything's fine.
Yeah,
You're a
but-
Hollywood actress.
Then
you have
they
to
get
deal
married.
with this.
Then she marries him. That happened. The
Then she-
marriage
On the
happened
front
after.
lawn
Yeah,
of the
of the
house where they
house.
live, so they don't have to get another location.
And her mother, not the minister or whatever, her mother
Goes, let me.
pronounces them like
It's
I want to
so-
introduce
it's
you
like 5
to
people
Simon
in like
and Brittany
white
Murphy.
chairs.
And none of
Yeah.
them cared. They were all like, oh,
Yeah,
what a poor
great.
decision.
Poor
how
bad.
many
Because
movies has she
everyone
been
knows he's a
Bad
fucking
decision.
con artist.
Yes!
Why'd you even show up? I'm like, man, fuck Brittany Murphy. She's an idiot. I'm out of here. Cut it.
No, I like hate the Brittany Murphy in this movie. Like
Yes.
she's like
Absolutely.
I hate her.
I've seen almost every single of her movies. I hate her. I hate her based on this movie. Like, if that's what she was like, she's an idiot.
No,
I hate
it's
her.
not.
No, it
this is
can't
this
be.
is horseshit.
It can't be.
This is such just like don't make a movie.
If there's no drama, just don't make it.
There's no drama. Number one, her life is just normal. People's parents get cancer. They die. You have
mother
job
doesn't
problems.
die.
That's the thing.
I know.
is,
I'm
like,
just saying.
That's the stupidest thing about this. Is like it goes through her fucking life. Like it's so fucking interesting, and it's like
It's
the
not-
interesting thing is that she died pretty fucking mysteriously.
No.
Like just make a movie
About
Rip-
that.
We'll get to it because they rip all the mystery out of it. It's
They
plain
do.
as day. It's
They
bullshit.
do.
Up until
It's
that
insane.
point, Lauren, up until that point, the interesting thing about this story is that it's Brittany Murphy.
Yeah,
That's the
that's the
only
only
thing
thing
that
that's
makes
interesting.
any of this worth telling
No.
is that it's that person in those movies you saw.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's just normal shit people go through.
Yeah.
It's like
So now
hold on, her-
slowly. Whoa, go ahead.
Her, like, did we ever address her paranoia from the paparazzi?
Well, that's
That happened
that's-
earlier with the
oh, did
fainting
it?
at the hospital,
Oh,
though.
did
When
it?
she faints and she
Yeah.
leaves the hospital, the paparazzi shows up. That's when Simon shows up again and they get reintroduced. Basically.
Yeah.
And then,
like,
but,
"I
you
know
know,
him."
again, before he hires her for the movie,
Yeah.
we're jumping back a little bit. But when they come out, the paparazzi swarms her and, like, from that point on in the movie, she keeps having like, why won't they just leave me alone moments?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
Like,
No,
no
dude,
one gives
totally.
a fuck about you.
Yeah, she hears.
God damn it! No one is following her around
At all, man. They manufacture this drama in the
helicopter.
movie. It's insane.
She's like, the helicopters, they're after me.
The helicopter thing was nuts.
And
What? It was just like they were in LA.
Yeah.
There's helicopters
All the time.
It's like a goddamn riot out there all the time.
Like
oh
she-
my god.
It's like
she
being in
walks-
Baltimore and hearing fucking
Yeah, oh man, they're
helicopter.
coming
They're
for
after
me.
me.
God.
Yeah.
She walks over to the window. You would think like it would show you what she's like. God
Seeing.
damn it! About
Yeah, I
You
thought we were
felt-
gonna see a front
Yes.
lawn filled with people, but no.
She opens the thing, goes, they're everywhere. Come on.
It's like a cricket going on. Like, they're everywhere. Ah.
Consistently in this movie, there are things that the characters are looking at or watching that
Yeah.
they never show the audience.
Absolutely.
Ever,
Not
ever.
at
We
all.
just watch characters watch
We-
something.
As I said while we were watching it too, we don't see. I know they don't have rights to anything, but at least like show me fake versions of shit.
Yeah.
Show me a scene. They're them
I mean-
sitting at a premiere of Clueless, and on the screen is like the shitty scene from Clueless,
Yeah.
redone with the shitty actors. You know, like
It's fine.
show me something.
Yeah.
She was
Nothing.
in shit, right?
we never see her in
How
a
much
single
better
thing.
would this movie be if you saw like shit that they made from her
Yeah,
movies
that would
that
be
sucked? It was
awesome.
like a scene from Sin City that they
Yeah.
had to remake with that budget.
Oh my God.
Awesome, man! It'd be
Oh, man.
awesome.
That would be incredible.
Damn fool.
You're right.
Dude, that would have been
That
With all
would've
the
been
weird like green screen and shit would be amazing. That would have made this movie so awesome.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that would have been amazing.
But they don't. They show you
No.
nothing.
Yeah, fuck you.
She, according to this movie, she was barely an actress.
Yeah.
She was in 2 Hollywood movies, and
That's
then
it.
she.
And some
we'll talk-
commercials.
yeah.
Oh, she was the
And she
Jordan
was
S.
Jordan S.
Jeans
Jeans
girl.
girl.
Like,
Right.
who the fuck is
Who
not-
gives about Jordan jeans?
What? They were
Jesus.
so excited about that. I was like, what? What the fuck?
Like
You're
she
they
wasn't
sell
she
this
like a
at
leading
Kmart.
actress? Like just
Right.
what happened?
That's a step backward.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, where are we?
Oh wait. Okay. So. Okay, her mom
are you
is.
people?
Can she please
Her
die?
mom. Wait. No. Hold on. No, you're missing something. Now, because speaking of health, her mom is pretty much better from cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but this is when Simon has the heart attack.
He has a heart attack.
He has a heart
fuck.
attack.
And she's like, I think he's having a heart attack. Mom,
Let's
I think
get him
he's
to
having a
the.
heart
He's
attack.
sitting in a
Let's
bed,
put
a
him on the
comfortable
floor."
bed. They get him
They
on the
drag
floor.
him onto the ground.
And then she's like, of course, Mom, call 911. I'm like,
And then she starts
call
like
911 for the movie.
she starts respirating him. You know,
She's
While
like,
he's
"You're doing
still
chest
alive
compression."
and conscious.
he's not dead yet. Like, he didn't die. He was making
He's
noises
having a
and
heart
moving.
attack.
Yeah, they were
She's
like
pushing on
literally.
his chest, like,
No.
Who does that? They
They're
make her out to be
idiots.
such a moron.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
This
insane.
is,
Okay, so they cut to the
fuck
next
me.
scene.
He's
not
back
in a
home
hospital.
after
They don't
this.
show him
Didn't ever
in
go
a
to a
hospital.
hospital.
Nope.
What
He's
is he
back
doing?
home.
He's back in the bed that they pulled him out
Yeah.
of, wearing a tube across his nose.
Yes.
We
That
don't see the
doesn't go to
machine. The
anything.
tube
No.
Doesn't go
Dude, that tube
anywhere.
went
That's
just
not
off
connected
the side
to
of
a
the bed.
single thing.
Because as soon
No.
as they start having the conversation, he pulls it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, he didn't even, it's not, that was never connected to anything
Anything
ever.
at all.
We forgot to mention that throughout this, at some point in the middle of the movie, we find out that Brittany Murphy is on antidepressants.
Oh, yes.
By-
that
God.
once
By
her career
a
started sliding.
single scene.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's before.
It's
like,
2 scenes. There's 2 scenes.
Well, no, but there's when we find out that she's on antidepressants, it's
Right.
this one very quick scene where she's coming down the stairs
Oh, yeah.
with her purse and she says like, I got some fucking part or something like that, and her mom's like, great, and she goes, I guess I won't be needing these anymore, and pulls her
That's
antidepressants
right.
out
Yeah.
of her, pulls a bottle out of
You're
her
on
purse
Prozac?
and gives them to her mother, and she goes, antidepressants? Cut.
And that's it.
For
no
2
discussion
people,
about the fact
which is
that she
insane
was on
because
them.
the whole movie is about the fact that these 2 are in fucking separable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe
But
that
they never have a serious conversation about anything that happens.
they're both like
Ever.
oblivious while also being the closest people in their lives.
They
It's
just say,
insane.
this makes me happy. This makes me sad.
How are you doing today, Mom? I'm happy today. That's awesome, Mom. Like, what are their conversations?
All right. He just had the heart attack and the tube is connected to his face. That didn't matter.
Yes.
When did she go to Puerto
She
Rico?
was. She was.
They- okay,
that
right.
Was,
When does
that was
Puerto
after
Rico-
that.
That's where we're going because she gets a job on a movie in Puerto Rico, which we have no idea what actually that movie was. It's a low budget movie though.
She is now. By the way, with the antidepressants, she continues to pop them through the movie as if they're Xanax or something.
Right. She's like barely
antidepressants. You like take one or
on
two
a schedule,
a day.
Right?
It's a scheduled medication that you take, like any other medication.
You can't eat it that way.
She takes it like it's fucking
like Smarties.
Xanax.
Yeah, it's not
She's
okay.
just like, oh, I have to take my antidepressant.
Well, the three of them go to Puerto Rico. All three of them go to Puerto Rico to film the movie.
All three of them.
All three of
Because
them.
he's her makeup and hair guy.
Oh yeah.
He says that. He's like, I got you.
He gets her the job. He gets her this job, and he says, "I'll do your makeup and hair."
Yeah.
You were peeing. When that happened. So everyone said to Matt, "We were like, wait, he does makeup and hair for Hollywood movies? What is happening?" Like I thought.
My God.
First, he's a fucking paparazzi guy. This guy's obviously a con artist.
She says at one point he made millions of dollars trading art.
Yeah.
She says that.
Which is like the best con artist job ever.
Yeah. That means stolen art sold for millions of dollars.
Before that, though, we have to point out that before we went to Puerto Rico, she started to get ill, and remember, she's like sitting in a chair, and she's like,
No.
Before
She's not ill. She's just zonked out on those meds. Because when they're at the movie, she's just sleeping, sitting up. Yeah, the antidepressant stuff.
It's what the antidepressants are. Because before that, she's starting to feel bad. Remember, and her mom's like, "You have to eat something," and she's like, "No, I don't want to eat anything. I'm fine." I guess it's the point where
she was just
in real life she
becomes
so emaciated.
She was actually depressed.
Well, yeah,
that's right. They're talking about how she's very depressed.
Yeah, I think she was actually just depressed.
And that did happen.
In
real life, she did kind of become emaciated.
For a hot second.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. In real life, she became emaciated. In the movie, she was not emaciated.
No, she never. She was the same size from beginning to end.
And it's like they didn't even try.
Yeah.
Well, that actress would have had to become emaciated.
Well, they didn't even try makeup
or
anything.
On a couch with a blanket covering most of their body.
Yeah, they didn't try at all.
You're so thin. Somebody just needs to say that.
Look how thin you are, Britney.
Something.
Yeah,
she's
eat
like,
something.
But yeah, so they go to Puerto Rico and she's sitting in a chair like falling fucking asleep.
And a director just can't take it because he's making like
a dick.
He's like,
Mega
you ready?
Fault or whatever the fuck it was.
Well,
It's
I
not
mean,
that.
it wasn't Mega Fault.
Some
No.
We gotta
low-budget
watch
movie.
Mega Fault though.
Oh yeah, I want to watch Mega Fault.
Yes.
But it was some like shitty. He said it was low budget and they weren't gonna deal with her Hollywood bullshit.
Right.
They fire her off.
Which
the
her
movie.
Hollywood bullshit is her literally falling asleep in a chair, and her
she's
mother
tired,
and husband
like-
being like, "She's fine. It's fine. It's fine."
Stop
He's
telling
just
us
like,
she can't act when
Right.
she clearly
And he's
can.
like-
At no point is she like difficult. She's not like I won't do
she's
something.
not difficult. She just can't do the work. She's fucked.
She's
Right.
falling asleep.
But the
all
director is
time.
just pissed about it. Rather than being like, "I'm kind of concerned about her," he's just like, "She's fucking. It's terrible.
Out. She's out.
I'm
Fuck
replacing her. Fuck all of you. Goodbye."
Yeah, the way he said it was shitty. He walked up and he was like, "You're no longer allowed on the set." And he's like, "That's impossible. She's not going to work." And he's like, "Well, that's fine because I replaced her ass."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn, this guy is like heated. He hates them."
yeah. He was just
He
like,
brought the
"Fuck you."
seguridad.
yeah.
Seguridad.
And at that moment is when the invisible dart came out of his sleeve we didn't see and infected all of them with some disease.
Yeah, the guy, that
Right.
director poisoned
Yeah,
them.
he poisoned
Right,
all of them. We
he
just didn't
poisoned
see it.
Because they
Like-
come back from Puerto Rico.
And it's unclear. Yeah, at this point, it starts to get unclear who exactly has a cold and who doesn't. It's insane.
Well, no, when they get back, Simon and her mom are sick, and she's like, "Time to take
That's
care
when
of
he
you
has a
guys."
heart attack.
Ah,
And
she's
that
all
is when he has a
manic,
heart
and they're
attack.
like, "This is getting out of control."
Yeah,
That's
they're
when
like,
he has a
"Are
heart
you
attack."
taking your meds?" And she's like, "No."
He has a heart attack then.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I
Okay.
screwed it up.
Okay.
He has a heart attack
Okay.
after
After
Puerto
they get
Rico.
back. All right.
So like Puerto
So she
Rico
takes
is like
care of
this
them.
like hinge on when everything
That's
falls
right,
apart.
Yeah. She takes care of them for being sick. Then he has
a heart attack.
Then she gets super
She gets
sick.
like a fucking like flu or something.
And this is
Yeah.
the end of the movie. Well, we
This-
know what it is, Bob. This is pretty much the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Is she gets pneumonia.
Well, it was us. That's what it was. We were.
She gets pneumonia
At 32 years
at
old.
32 years
Years
old
old.
and dies because she won't go to a hospital
After
and
she-
they won't take her.
or call an ambulance or anything.
It's been weeks of her barely
he said-
alive in a bed.
Yes,
He
they're like-
says it's been 2 weeks of her having like severe pneumonia.
Yeah, she's like she's just in the bed, like
She's like shriveling up and dying, and they're just like, "Oh,
What do we do?
Oh God!"
She won't let us take her.
she's like, no,
Pick her
hospital.
up.
no doctor, no hospital. And they're like, okay.
Dude, that
All
guy
right.
could
You don't
totally.
even have to
Stay
get
here
her
and hug
to-
you.
Dude, just call it an ambulance. I bet an EMT
He would
like,
lift her
on
out of
service
there.
could do something that would be helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck, God damn it. There's doctors that'll come here in LA.
Yeah, she
There's got to be
didn't-
crazy. No, Michael Jackson never went to a doctor's office. There has to be doctors that can come to your house and save you. There's so many options. There's a million options, and just sit there and lay with her when she dies. It takes like 15 goddamn minutes of the movie, and you're just like, do anything. And then she's dead, and you're like, fuck. Throw them in jail. Burn the house down. Erase their existence. No one must know, because this is absolutely outrageous. It shouldn't be happening in 2009.
Dude, and the thing, all that shit, and if you could see the scene of them in the shower when she's dying,
Dude, oh my
it's
God.
awesome. Oh shit! Oh my God! The
Oh, that was
moment we'll
almost
be down there
perfect
soon.
timing.
We'll be down soon. If you could see the scene,
Jesus.
they're in the shower pouring water on her.
Then
They're both like
she
in tears,
collapses
like, oh my God, how did this happen? How?
She collapses in the bathroom and they just grab her and take her to the shower. and put-
Man,
They all
he
get
takes,
fully
remember,
water.
they turn on the water and then he takes like the shower like nozzle.
yeah, the one you
and
would-
he, like we're gonna squirt in her face, and the mom's like, no, she's already gone.
It's so good.
He's like crying. It's like, you did this. This is you.
a
They
month's
are
worth of
a
time to
couple.
fix this problem.
And now you're worried.
what the fuck were they doing?
They were sitting in that house sick.
There were no TVs in the home.
No.
Like, they were just laying around with it.
Being ill. It was insane.
Oh.
The movie should have been called like Moron Murderer.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
They're just idiots. They're like, she's dying. Let's put
Accidental
cold water on
suicide
her.
pact.
I love how at the
That's pretty
beginning,
much what it
the
is.
beginning of the movie, like an iron fucking fist. The beginning of the movie lays it down that the Hollywood did this, and then the end of the movie, it's like they're in a
you
room
did this.
alone, dying, and not telling anyone. No one did this but you.
And then it's just like, okay, she's dead. And then they just cut to black, and it's like, she died of pneumonia
Yeah.
and a bunch of over-the-counter medications. There were no illegal
illegal
drugs in her
drugs.
system. And then they're like, and her
Which
husband
makes it
died
worse.
5 months later of pneumonia.
in the same room.
the same
They are mentally
Yeah.
handicapped. How the fuck did they get this far in life? When your wife dies in a room and you have watched it every minute of it. You were there, just laying next to her watching it. Once you
This
started
guy-
to feel the way she
In
was,
any
you
way.
go to the goddamn hospital. What in the fuck? I mean, really? How do you die from the same
it's like
thing?
she died and he went home and just started sniffing all the pillows and shit like, give
this
it to
is
me.
so
I need
Oh,
it.
your pneumonia.
Yeah.
back.
I want to feel it inside of me.
No, and this is why, and I was explaining this to you guys, but this is why there's all this speculation as to whether or not her mother poisoned them. People think they were poisoned because they both died.
If that's true, what was her motive?
that there was deadly mold in their house.
But she
that
had
actually-
confirmed
Like,
pneumonia.
did it speculated that there's deadly mold in the house? Like, did that house get sold to someone else? And they're like, it might have deadly mold in it. Two people died of pneumonia in this room.
That's so fucking
Now,
stupid.
don't worry, I'll
man.
just turn it into my home gym,
They
which I'll
tried
never
to-
use. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't open up the walls and check.
There
It's
was
still speculative. That's all I'm saying. That's fucking funny.
Well, there's so many rumors out there about that. It took them I don't know if it's been sold now. I'm sure it has been, but it took them actually a long time to sell the house because of that.
Yeah, if it's full of black mold, burn it down.
Yeah.
But even if it's full of mold and that's what's making you sick, once you're that far along, you go to the hospital.
It doesn't fucking
Like it
matter.
should, even the mold. Like a doctor at the hospital was said, "You're fucking breathing mold and you're dying. Stop." You know what I mean? Like either way, it's their
funny
they're
thing you say
implicitly
that,
their
Tom.
fucking fault.
My wife, who was a movie star, died of the same thing. It's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's bizarre.
Look, you know what's sad is that I don't think that this is not the Britney Murphy story, and
No.
it's sad that this is what somebody will think happened.
This is not.
Yes!
I gotta believe that something. If that's true, what we know. Something insane did happen because that doesn't make any sense.
No.
And it's got to be way more interesting than her just dying in a bed while the two of them are just like,
We're just watching you.
Get her more soup. Like,
Here, take more cough medicine.
yeah, it's nothing.
Do you need an antidepressant? Here, chew this.
God.
I just
My other favorite line was him saying at some point when she was looking at shit on the internet was, "Let's shut the haters out of our lives."
Let's shut them out.
They really tried to play that angle.
Yeah,
they tried.
Shut out the haters.
You said really. When I mentioned why I was like, dude, the reason she won't go to the hospital is because when she fainted earlier in the movie, and you were like, that can't be why.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it has
to be.
They weren't really trying to get that across. They were just trying to get.
Didn't they try to say she
the
didn't want to go
timeline
to? She didn't want to
across.
go to a hospital because of paparazzi, right? Like
That's why, but they don't say that
the
later
first
in
time
the
she
movie.
fainted,
They attacked her, and that's
the
when all
media
her
was saying that she was
mania
on
starts.
drugs. That's what happened. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
well, all I
clearly-
can
They
say
don't
is
say what Britney Murphy's mom did after the movie, so I hope you hear this, and I will lawyer up with you. I'll be your lawyer, and we will.
either
like,
you need to go to jail,
Right.
or they need to be sued.
I want to represent
Somebody
you, so
needs
you
to-
definitely go to
Somebody-
jail for murdering your daughter.
This is slander.
It's at
You
least-
are a criminal,
should
or
be
this is
sued.
slander. That's the two options here.
At the
Yeah.
very least,
Yeah.
you should be sued for neglect because
Absolutely.
my God.
I mean,
My
you can't-
God.
My God,
She lived in the home. Where did he? If he died in that room, that meant her mother still lived in that house.
Yes, I bet they
Yeah.
did live together. I bet you they did.
I hope she dies of pneumonia.
That'd be insane.
I don't wish death upon anyone.
No,
just throw
all
her
I
in
can
jail.
say is I hope Lifetime makes a movie about my life at some point.
Yes!
I just
The
want
Bob
that.
Rose story.
You don't want that? You don't want to? I mean,
Dude, I'll
No,
watch
yeah.
any
Yeah.
Lifetime
It's
movie
going to be
about
kitchens
kitchens
and the wind-up space.
my whole life is kitchens and stuff and walks.
Walks.
I'll be
No,
hiking.
walking.
It'll
You gotta
portray me in a light that I was always hiking, and I like that. I think it's healthy.
All right, the last thing I want
Healthy.
to say about this movie is it didn't know how to portray anything. It's so ambiguous.
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 It's gooey. It's
gooey.
The ambiguity
It's
is gooey. All right,
Okay.
it's ambiguous. And we're like, does she care about? It was so weird. Is she fat? Does she not? Because they were like showing her eating pasta. But then she walked all the time. And then
Right.
her husband was
It's-
a scumbag,
yeah.
but he loved her, and you never figure out quite why.
And then-
it
yeah.
was
Starts
just
a
all
lot
this
of
stuff where-
threads. It does not even remotely finish.
The
but it
movie-
just shows you both sides of everything. Like,
Right.
this is a good thing and terrible.
She wants
Yeah.
No
money.
resolution.
She
Next.
wants money, but she cares about the art.
Yeah,
it's like
Wait,
what?
which one is true? Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
like
you couldn't figure it out.
The movie was more interested in like getting a sequence of events down than actually telling us a story.
Yeah.
It's pretty
honestly,
much what that was.
watching any Lifetime movie, especially this one, just makes me want to be on a production of a Lifetime
Yes!
because it's got to be at a breakneck
I wanna
fucking pace.
I wanna
where
write-
one
Do it.
draft of the script happens. They shoot this motherfucker like all hell. They're like, day one, we do 51 scenes. Like
This is
day
110
two,
camera
like,
setups
it's
today. Like,
insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I don't care what happens. We're finishing this motherfucker this weekend. It's gotta be intense.
Yes! I want to write the score for a Lifetime movie.
Dude, let's just make our own. Like,
Yes.
let's make a Lifetime original spoof, like a short.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, it'd be awesome.
Thundergrunt sketch.
Probably would take the same amount of time
Yeah.
as a regular
It'd take
Lifetime
like
movie.
a day and a half, and it'll be better than their shit. It'd be good.
Lauren, you got any final words for this Lifetime gem?
I thought it was beautiful. Really, really well written. Well acted, well directed. 5 stars.
You know, if a kid wrote this, I would say it's pretty well written. Like for a kid, a child, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
No, this movie was made for diehard Britney Murphy fans, and they wouldn't even care.
No,
They would watch this and be
People
like,
have
I
got-
know more
This
about
was-
her
I
than
feel
this
like this
movie
is
does.
This has got to be hated.
This
This
is-
movie has got to be hated by
Oh, yeah.
people.
This movie is like written by somebody who was like, Brittany Murphy, that's kind of an interesting story. This is Let's do that.
Her mother
Like,
sold the
nobody
rights
gives
for
a
like
shit.
no money.
Like,
I mean,
it's
maybe
not
that's
like
it. Maybe her
mother wrote a
mom was like,
book.
yeah,
No.
make a movie, give me the money. I killed 2 other people for their money. What do I give a shit? Fucking besmirch her name.
When I run out of this money, I'll murder a couple people and then sell the rights to that. Dude, I'm untouchable.
I'm
Like,
untouchable. I invented the pneumonia gun.
I survived cancer twice and weaponized pneumonia.
Oh,
clearly-
God.
Murphy's mom is the coolest supervillain ever.
I do want to say that.
Her and Dean Cain from God's Not Dead. They should be in a movie
Evil
together.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Atheists.
All right.
So the one thing that I want to share, though, is
Okay.
that, just to drive the point home, that Brittany Murphy, the actress playing Brittany Murphy, looks nothing like her. Nobody looks anything like anybody.
No.
Because when I was telling Bob and Matt that Rex and I saw this about 2 a.m. in a hotel room, like turned on Lifetime. I'm like, ooh, what shitty movie's on? And we were watching it for a good 20, 30 minutes before I was like, oh, this is the Brittany Murphy story.
Yeah, because they don't talk about her career.
They
She
don't
doesn't
talk
look
about
like
her career. She
her.
doesn't look like her. Nothing.
Did you hear like Clueless and you're like, oh.
I don't know what it was.
Oh.
It was
If you-
like,
Did you know that a Brittany Murphy story existed? Did you already know that before that happened?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
If you took somebody,
Like if I didn't know that there was a Brittany Murphy movie, I could have watched
Never.
a lot of this
Never,
movie.
yeah.
Like, who is this about?
yeah,
right?
but after
like-
the Clueless thing, it's
I mean, like,
it totally could be anybody.
That last half hour, I would watch it not knowing it was about her at all. I'd be like, who are these
What is
people
this?
dying in a
Yeah.
room? Like, what's going on?
Is this like the sequel to Bug or
Yeah,
something?
is this
where it's 3
Q4?
people-
Is like, like, what is happening?
Look, if you took this movie and you cut off the like you did this to her opening and just started with New Jersey
Yeah.
in like 1996 or whatever, and you took a person who had never, like people who don't watch TV, and you showed it to them, you could convince them that the mother was a figment of her imagination. And none of it, and all of it was made up, and they would be like, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, her mother did apparently just go along with that, whatever the fuck she said. And
Her mother
nothing
didn't
else.
work, had
If it
no
wasn't for the mother
identity.
talking
person
to
that was
press at the
around.
beginning, yeah,
she
was
talked
just
to
around.
Simon.
Yeah.
She talked to Simon, but
You could convince that she didn't exist.
Yeah. A figment of both of their imaginations.
Her and Simon were
ghost in the
insane,
house.
and that's why they died. And that's why I said it's the sequel to Bug. If you, and I don't know if anybody's ever watched Bug.
I've seen Bug.
Okay, yeah.
I've not seen Bug.
It's about 2 people who go insane thinking bugs are getting them, and they kill themselves in a room. It's awesome. Ashley Judd
Nice.
and fucking guy
Randy-
played Zod in Man of Steel.
right.
I
That
forget
guy.
his
Oh,
name.
yeah, that
It's a great movie. This is the sequel. Watch both of them. Make a night of it.
And with that, the endorsement of Bug. That's all for bonus disc and Lifetime movies ever. Jesus God.
Goodbye.
Yay!
Yay! Watch actual Brittany Murphy movies and not this.
Yeah, not the Brittany Murphy
like watch
story.
her good stuff.
Actually, watch this because
Watch King of the Hill for Christ's sake. It's got better drama in it than this.
It's pretty great.
Goodbye.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc. Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid because they sit high atop Judgment Mountain. So quit your whining.